What's up, guys? This is Dr. Chris Collier with Elite Chiropractic and Performance in Chesterfield, Missouri. So our T to Green performance exercise for the week is called the dual hip opener, and I give this exercise to improve external rotation in the hip and also just give good stability when our feet are on the ground and we're rotating around it. So what you're going to need is a band and then something like a stick or even a golf club if you're on the tee box to help balance. Now, you know, in the golf swing or for the hips, what are involved is internal rotation, external rotation. So if you're a right-handed golfer and you take your backswing, what's happening is on the back leg, you're going into internal rotation. On the lead leg, it's external. When you come down and finish and you're following through, things reverse. Lead leg is internal rotation, back leg is external rotation, okay? So I don't ever, a lot of people's knees will cave in at impact, as long as your club head is square, that's fine. But if you really want to generate power, you want to be able to stimulate the outer and posterior glutes the whole time as you go through. So this is a good way to do that. So we'll take the band and we're going to have it around the knees. This is one where you're going to want a lighter band preferably. And what we're doing, so it's a dual hip opener. On one side, we're closed chain, so foot's fixated on the ground. On the other side, we're open chain. So this takes a lot of balance, and it's quite challenging to get your body in a good position. But use something to stabilize, okay? So what we'll start with is the back leg, okay, or the right leg for a right-handed golfer. So what I want you to do is kind of influence or pretend to get in a golf stance, a good hip hinge, nice and straight, neutral spine, get some good core pressure, and you're going to pretend like you're taking your backswing, okay? So I know your hip is going into internal rotation, but you can still get the other side to activate. From there, as I hold that position, I got stick or balancing, whatever, club on the opposite hand. So I shift and I raise. And the goal is your front of the hip here there's a good connection between front of the hip, front of the knee, front of the ankle. We don't want you to start to dive into what we call valgus. We don't want the foot to start to really pronate inwards. We don't want your hip to hike. So make sure hips are equal. And then we got this nice straight line right all the way across. From here on this hip, so here I'm pulling my knee out just a bit. This is obviously keeping me upright. This hip is opening up. So we're going in this fashion. So we're getting kind of two things going at once. Pulling this leg out is pulling my knee in, but I'm resisting it. Glute activation on this side. And then the open chain side, we're inducing some abduction, which is going to activate this side, okay? So I try to maintain it as if I'm in my backswing. And I've already done like 5 and they're on fire, both sides. So real nice and slow and controlled. And then come back down. We'll emphasize kind of the downswing. So down, rotate. Nice and line here. I shift onto that foot. Pull knee out and away. Here. You can work some different thoracic rotation with it. You can do isometric holds. Trying to make sure that knee does not get pulled inwards. And you should feel this right around the side of the hip and back of the hip there. You could also do this without a band. It's just a really good balance exercise. You can also do it if you don't even like golf. But this really does help stabilize as we take that swing and we can drive off of that back leg forward to hit it a lot further and a lot more crisp, okay? So this is the dual hip opener for hip stability, hip strength. It's a good way to activate some good muscles in a warm-up. So go ahead and give this a try. I did maybe 10 total and I'm already out of breath, I'm sweating. So if you do it correctly, you'll feel the burn. Make sure that you look at all the aspects of the golf swing as you're doing it. Always think about what can you improve. So let us know if you have any questions. Leave them down below. Follow us on all the other social media platforms. And I'm still out of breath. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.